Good morning all for Sunday the 22nd of May. High pressure continues to build in from the south, leaving us today with a nice gentle southerly wind, no real significant weather and a good soaring day in prospect. But that's probably the last of the good soaring days for this week. As we go into the week coming, it looks like it's going to get a little bit windier and a little bit more westerly and frontal. So make the most of today as this high pressure persists. The winds, as I said, coming from the south direction really, on the ground, probably almost due south, maybe a little bit of west in it at height. First thing, maybe a bit of east, but not too much of east to cause us any issue this morning. And generally across the country, not much stronger than about 10 knots. And looking at the satellite picture, we can see that it's a bright start in our part of the country. Some cumulus just popping out just to the south of us, meaning that hopefully it might not be quite as blue as some of the forecasts have been suggesting. Public forecast is suggesting blue to shallow Q and sort of 5 knots southwesterly winds at a top temperature, probably just 20 degrees if I use a bit of optimism there. Pretty good visibility and humidity and dew point figures dropping throughout the day. The chance of a bit more cloud in the afternoon. Looking into the rest of the week, as you can see, a little bit more unsettled. But I won't look too far into the distance, but let's keep our fingers crossed, everybody, for next week's event. That's broadly similar temperature-wise as to what we could see here, maybe 21 degrees in areas closer to London. And dew points just floating around the double figures mark, maybe reaching 8s or 9s later in the day as conditions continue to improve. Currently at Farnborough, we have a light southeasterly wind, Cav 16 degrees, and the TAF, very simple, Cav with that light easterly wind. Let's just look around a little bit. Similar at Gatwick, variable wind, and at Brize Norton, oh, actually we'll see Oxford. Yeah, southwesterly, so barely any wind to speak of, great for the vintage gliders. Cav. The chance here, as it says, few at 4.5, so showing that there should be some cumulus further up to the north of us. Currently at Lasham, we're doing slightly better than we would expect. If David's station is correct, we are actually already at 18 degrees, which if I compare to forecast means we're 5 degrees above what it says here. Be interested to know, David, how accurate that is, but hopefully it is. It is already 18 degrees. I'll check the car thermometer in a minute. But yeah, doing well, and dew points already starting to split away and hopefully decrease to give us the day we're looking for. Just a bit more of what David's been writing 26 minutes ago. I'll just leave you to briefly read that. But generally looking at a start around 11 o'clock. I think that's been fairly agreed. And yeah, north of the M4, probably better chance of cumulus. But yeah, not a bad day, and hopefully less in the way of annoying cloud that you guys had yesterday. So I'll leave that for just a couple of moments. Depends on some of you on your mobile devices can't read that, I know, but you can search it on the internet. So cumulus wise, well, I'll even show you a picture. Look at that. It's a bit better than what we were hoping for. A bit of cumulus. David's sort of saying it might be down to the fact that the convergence line that there was a little bit of last night may have sort of faltered away, but may still have some energy in it this morning. So don't know how long that cumulus will last for. It might be stuck as cumulus, but it's at least a welcome sign that it should be a nice day. Looking at thermal heights, sort of not an early start, so let's say 11 o'clock before we really see anything get going. Blue to shallow Q around here to around 3,500 feet. By 1 o'clock or so, 3,500 feet, maybe 4,000 feet. And probably maxing out 4,500 feet in our area at best. with blue to shallow Q, better chance of Q further up into Oxfordshire, maybe 5,000 foot cumulus into towards Cambridgeshire, Cranfield area, just north of Luton. Bit sort of cloudier out towards the northwest and rubbish out towards west because there's lots of sea air coming in. I think sea air will play a part here. Certainly shows it being not too far away, around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So do bear that in mind. But in the central part of the country, still relatively good blue to shallow Q in and around 5,000 feet. So not bad. Let's just look at the cloud amounts. There is a little bit of upper cloud, I think, to the north of us. I haven't seen any else so far. Just look out the window. Yeah, there's a little bit to the south, but it shouldn't be too much of a factor. So should be getting as much surface heating as we want. But yeah, not so good out towards the northwest. Soundings wise, this is Lark Hill at about 3 o'clock, which is a little bit more optimistic for cumulus, at around 4,500 feet. We're getting that with a temperature of around 20, 21 degrees. Dew point actually a little bit higher there at about 12. And Buckingham, again, similar. Chance of some upper level cloud there, but again, 4,000 feet, 21 degrees, looking quite nice. But yeah, pretty much in the south and northeast looking best today. Okay, NOTAM wise, it's 21. Fly past in Oxfordshire today between 10:40 and 11:30. That's not too far away from Booker from the looks of it. Looking up into the area where a lot of you are going to fly, there's a few NOTAMs. Let's have a look. 29, 28, 30. Start with that. Aerobatics at Sywell, they're pretty active at the moment. So it doesn't exactly say the exact time they're going to be doing anything, but do bear that in mind. Santa Pods, which is one of the racetracks up north, 15:40. Actually, no, we've got a schedule here. 11:20 to 12:10. There is a fly past there up to 2,200 feet. A bit more detail. 32, 35, 34. That doesn't matter. Fireworks displays don't matter either. Paragliding, it's quite busy in that area, and they do a bit of winch launching with paragliders there too. Middle Wallop active with gliding, and I think that is generally it. Just check 31, and some of you are mad not to go to the coast. Fly past in Suffolk, but you won't get there that quickly unless you've got a rocket on the back. Good. Fairly busy day, I'd imagine, today, as we've still got the vintage, sort of mini vintage rally running. Operationally, we're going to go 2-7, regardless of what the wind's doing, because it's just going to be a light southerly grid on the north side grass. Not expecting it to be quite as busy as yesterday, but we do have a few bits of training capacity, so and some spare gliders going. So if anybody wants to pop up, then please do. There is a vintage rally briefing at 10:30 for the late risers. So anybody wanting to fly with less than 30 to 1, then go to that briefing. I'm sure they'll come and pick you out of the field if need be. Okay, I will see you on the airfield shortly. Bye for now.